Veer, you've always tried and got this international angle into your shows, right? Including
Yeah,
the last one as well.
yeah. But I've never witnessed a moment in time where the entire world is going through the exact same thing at the exact same time. I can only think of World War II and then this,
Yeah.
global common ground. So I was like, I have to capture it. And then we decided on how to release it, found four charities, and now it's a charity special.
Hey, so I saw in a couple of interviews you playing down the number of views the show is getting and saying that the more important thing is how much money you're able to raise.
Yeah.
Have you been happy about what you've done so far?
Yeah. We're certainly not done yet. We're looking forward to huge weekend numbers now. But the only way I know how to, it's very daunting to release a special not on Netflix. I'm going to be very honest with you because
Yeah.
tech-wise, that's a mess to figure out.
I mean, I assumed it was going to be there, and I opened Netflix and I was looking for it initially when I knew that you'd done
I should, by the way, give a shout out to Netflix because Netflix, I'm a Netflix guy. That's the home for my stand-up, and they wanted this. And I went to them and said, I want to do this with it. And their first response to someone who is under contract to them and has three specials with them was, how can we help? So, Netflix is now pushing this on their Insta and their Twitter and, using Netflix radio in the US. So they've been amazing at this. But yeah, we launched at 7:30 p.m. on a Friday. Website went down at 7:37. Then it went down at 10. Then it went down at 2. And I don't know about this stuff. So I'm like, what is in AWS and why is it not working and who can I scream at? And, but we appear to be in a very good place.
Hey, so could you not have done this charity angle in collaboration with Netflix? Was that not possible?
I don't think you can donate on Netflix. And also, to me, it's a very clear inclusiveness. There's a lot of people who do not have Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar, Apple subscriptions, but who have 30 rupees as a minimum to spend. And that's the minimum, and you can slide it up to whatever you want. So I feel like that's truly inclusive. It's a glimpse into your audience's lives that you previously for a decade have taken for granted. So I think that's been extremely useful, to not take them for granted anymore. I was telling them on the show that I feel like I've been performing for you for a decade, but it's like we just met for the first time. And secondly, yeah, to give up control completely, which for me is very tough to do. Fortunately or unfortunately, I've had to self-write, self-produce, self-create a lot of the things I've been in. And so you kind of get used to having the wheel when you do a lot of self stuff.
It's about you, essentially.
Huh?
Essentially, it's been about you, right? I mean, stand-up comedy is usually about the stand-up comedian.
Yeah, absolutely. But also I get to pick the content, curate the content. You put the project together.
Yeah.
So here to just say, I have to find a way to put myself in a good frame of mind by 7:30 p.m., get online, and you will tell me what the show is kind of a metaphor for the pandemic also, which is, I'm not in charge. A prime minister and Oxford and Israel will tell me when I can have a career again. It's giving up control.
Did you have over-eager people who tried to make the show their own?
No, not so much. I think they're also very visible to other people. 250 people on a Zoom call. You behave because you're not. Firstly, Zoom is all work, so they were a little uncomfortable to begin with, being on a Zoom call with a comic. And B, they recognize that 200 other people can see them. So yeah.
So how similar was it to being on an Arnab Goswami show?
I've never been on an Arnab Goswami show.
Oh, you missed the experience of a lifetime.
Well, I mean, if I wanted to recreate that experience, I'd just mute myself, and then do the entire show. Let somebody else talk.
It's really quite heartwarming, Veer. I mean, does that make you want to do another kind of entertainment after this? Are you changed by some of these experiences? Is your art going to reflect that?
I don't know. I definitely knew that at some point, if you watch the show, I realized that I would come off as an a-hole if I didn't participate.
Yeah.
Because people were putting themselves out there in a very real, visceral way.
Right.
And so I started recording these piece-to-cams where I would also talk about how I was feeling in the lockdown. And if I was having a terrible day, of which there were some, I would share that. so because it's an a-hole move to be like, I'm polished and I'm slick, and you're opening your heart out to me. So if the goal as a comic is to let more of yourself fall onto the page with each passing year, this definitely pushed me in that direction of putting myself out there.
And
We'll
everyone's
see.
slightly quirky. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not like your daughter's quirky. She has this Mandy Moore fixation. You
Yeah.
also have various fixations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
is that being developed? Is that happening? What's the?
We don't know. I'll be honest. The minute I have a good relationship with ABC. This is my
Yeah,
second
you
thing
did.
with them.
You did Whiskey Cavalier.
I did Whiskey Cavalier as well. So there's definite excitement for either this or something else to be a vehicle that I'm in. I think you'll see me in a US TV show in the next sort of 12 months, 12 to 16 months.
I wanted to quickly develop on that and talk a little about the Delhi Belly sort of alumni. There's Purna, who's in
Yeah.
Never Have I Ever. There's Kim, who I saw in Killing Eve. Is it fun to see them pop up
I think so. It's,
globally?
yeah. And also for the American market, there's not many of us that are actively working in
Right.
the American market, right? So a lot of Indian talent will pop in and do a project, but there's maybe 15, 20 of us that are spending some time there, spending maybe 3, 4, 5 months a year and actively have gigs there. Purna is one of those people. She's been killing it. And you kind of knew she would because of Delhi Belly as well. She was just fantastic in that movie. So yeah, I've met Purna maybe twice or thrice in LA with agents, and I'm just proud. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sudhir?
can I
Yes.
drag you back into the stand-up comedy area?
Yeah.
Kaveri, if you have another question or two, then.
In the sit-down comedy area, isn't
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the new genre?
Yeah. In the pantless comedy area is what we should call it, guys. So yeah.